There you are, in the dark of night, trousers about your ankles, stumbling for a plunger. Dear God, man, you need not suffer such odiferous vexation. Gather yourself and phone Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery, your trusted, tried and true champion of the loveliness of your loo, as well as both fluid and solid human refuse removal. Since the time of King James II, Percival Plum and his ensemble of excremental experts have been solving every manner of toiletry turmoil since the hideous, unsavory, garish floral patterns and dietary and sanitary restrictions of the medieval era. Today, at Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery, we utilize state-of-the-art, laser-guided techniques to preserve the ancient, rustic glory of your most precious pampering and personal privy space, and of course, any fecal maleficence. You are the master of your house. You shan't be expected to snap on a latex glove, reaching into the cursed commode to clear out your family's leavings. Allow Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery to not only extract your unmentionables, but also to transport them free of charge to the local botanical gardens where they belong. Preserve your pipes and poopery with no one else but Percival Plum's Institute of Water Closet Beautification and Emergency Uncloggery. God save the throne!
Before history was history, fools were we. Then we climbed a tree and finally we could see. Lo, then the internet made us smart, now know everything, do we? Thus we share with thee these trifleries till nobody learns a thing.
Ah, you know what that sound is, folks? That means it's time for another episode of Bottom of the Barrel. Woo. I'm John Swayze, along with my two besties. This is Kyle Jones and Jay Hickman in no particular order. And we are so thrilled to be here with you guys again for yet another thrilling and exciting romp into the bottom of the barrel. Where's it going to take us this year, this day, this time, Jay? Where are we going? Where are we headed?
I'm so glad you asked that question, John. Today we're going to discuss strange traditions across the United States.
Ooh.
And this was such a fun episode for me, certainly, to get ready for, because I learned things that I had never known before as I was researching what indeed are the strangest traditions across the country. I found some whoppers, like just incredible stuff, and I had never heard of any of this nonsense. And so I'm excited to share it with you all. But before I reveal the strangest traditions across the country, I kind of wanted to set the stage about the idea of traditions in general, because there's a reason we have traditions. It's important to the human experiment. But as we get into the strange traditions that I discovered, they're so bizarre. It made me wonder, like, why would people hang on to this particular thing?
So, Jay, when you talk about traditions, and when we discussed doing this topic, it's, there's like traditions, there's rituals, there's habits, there's all kinds of things. It's really kind of a very broad topic, I think. Did you
agree?
Did you find that in your exploration and deep dives?
For sure. I mean, I think, in discussing, even in this first part of the episode where we'll be discussing what traditions are, why traditions matter, why we have them, why they persist, like we're barely scratching the surface. Like there's just so much, like this is truly an incredibly human thing, and it has been a human thing for all of human history and maybe prehistory.
A lot of the words that came up while I was going through: customs, practices, ceremony, like you said, ritual.
Mm-hmm. And they can be, it's not just like a people or a culture, a group. It could be individuals. Like, for instance, I was in Chicago recently, and I was in the men's bathroom. And there was a guy. Yeah. Oh no, this is happening right now. This is
all right.
I didn't think I know you were like, oh, he's bringing this up already, but there was this guy, and we were all at the, a bunch of men in the bathroom, as men do, and we're at the urinals, and I just happened to kind of glance around. I was not looking. I would like to preface, I was not looking around.
He was glancing, folks.
I was glancing. It was just like, okay,
different.
Let me make sure I'm at the right urinal, whatever.
Oh, hey, nice watch.
I noticed this guy at a urinal behind me and down the way pull his pants down to his knees like a 6-year-old boy. But this was a grown freaking man. And I thought, well, that's weird. His ass is showing, and that's weird. And so now I'm engaged.
Did it affect your pee or something?
No, my pee was fine, but I had to kind of keep looking because I wanted to see what this cat was up to. Well, then I look over, and he is peering. He's bent over and peering into the urinal, not peeing into the urinal, peering. He is looking into the urinal, kind of inspecting it. And
are we starting at the bottom of the barrel? Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
here?
And we're going to go up and then back down. He puts his hand in the urinal and pulls out the little yellow plastic splash guard, pulls
with his bare hands?
With his bare hands, and then kind of looks at it and then throws it on the ground or drops it on the ground and then proceeds to pee in the urinal. And I thought, well,
that's weird.
Okay, that's super weird. And if that wasn't weird enough, then
he touched that thing and then touched his own pee-pee.
He did. I don't care if he touched his own pee-pee later or not. He touched that thing, which is just he's touching everybody else's pee-pee.
All right, and then went back to himself. You know how this works.
But then he finishes ostensibly, and then without pulling his pants up, kind of turns around and starts flailing himself to like you're shaking, but he's not even facing the urinal. Now he's kind of just doing it in front of everybody.
How many people are in the bathroom?
There's 50 of us. There's 50 people trying not to say anything.
Did he at least put his hands behind his head to do this?
No. He was giving it a flog.
That'd be the classy way to go.
He was giving it a right-hand flog, man.
Oh,
and
I see.
He's just it's like slapping it around. And then he goes to the urinal right next to him, and he proceeds to do the exact same thing. He bends down. He's looking at it. He's looking up looking up. And then he grabs the little urinal guard and pulls it out and throws it on the ground and then starts to pee again and then starts flailing around and just flat. I mean, I'm just so I decided I don't need to see what happens at urinal number 3. I'm done. And I left.
Wow. So did you tell anybody other than us?
Well, I thought about it, but there was nobody. I mean, do you tell a cop? Do you tell who do you tell?
You tell everybody. It's amazing.
Everyone, quick, you got to come see.
Yeah, he was probably still at it. You could have told all the people.
I think he's probably still at it, and this was 2 days ago. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you why this is relevant, Jay.
Because I was wondering, was this some sort of ritual that he had?
You didn't even ask him?
No, I dropped the ball there.
Then this was a waste of time. We'll have no idea why he was. We'll never know why he was doing it. So I'll begin then with an official definition. A tradition is a system of beliefs or behaviors, such as folk customs, passed down within a group of people or a society with symbolic meaning or special significance with origins in the past.
Okay.
And so
the slappity slap left and right and not the helicopter. He went traditional with the waggle, not the newfound
waggle.
The newfangled
Justin Timberlake helicopter.
Traditions can persist and evolve for thousands of years. The word tradition itself derives from the Latin word tradere, literally meaning to transmit, hand over, or give for safekeeping.
Like trade, almost.
Yes, almost.
I don't know.
Not trade. Trade is like you're getting something in exchange. I'm trading. You're not. This is a pass down. This is a safe.
I'm probably wrong. I never took Latin.
I mean, possible that trade is also derived from tradere, but this is a specific meaning of tradere, the giving for safekeeping.
While it is usually assumed that traditions have an ancient history, many traditions have been invented on purpose, whether it be political or cultural, over short periods of time.
So is it a way? Is it a way to keep people in line? Like, is it a deep government, deep state kind of?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
And religion too. I mean, you're gonna. Yeah, that's huge.
But yeah, we'll get to that. I mean, there are lots of reasons, and that kind of, kind of my first question is, why do traditions even matter? Like, why do we have them? What's important to have them around? And so generally, the findings are, and this is kind of intuitive, they keep us centered, focused, inspired, connected. I can tell you that guy in the bathroom at Chicago O'Hare kept me inspired. I found a new way to go to the bathroom.
The last thing I want to be is connected to that guy.
Hello. From the hit musical Fiddler on the Roof, the first song in the musical is Tradition, Tradition. And in the middle of the song,
that's all we get.
In the middle,
a very short song.
That's all I have for you. The song, it goes on forever, and Tevye is giving you kind of an intro with spoken word while the music is playing in the background. And so he's talking about their traditions and how that keeps everyone going. And he's like, because of our traditions, everyone knows who he is and what God expects him to do. And so kind of that's, in their community, in their village, in old Mother Russia, like that was kind of the import of tradition. So there are kind of, as you look at traditions, generally speaking, they kind of break into, 4 or 5 major buckets. And so probably the earliest ones,
Jay.
First is religious traditions, which is
the first bucket, the religious bucket.
John knows all about buckets now, as his hotel room has
my hotel room's leaking, so I've got a bucket under the
Is that if that bucket's filled with holy water, then you've got yourself a religious bucket, and that's what we're starting with. And so for
Bottom of the Bucket, our new podcast,
so
spin-off from Bottom of the Barrel.
Maybe not surprising to anybody, like some of the oldest traditions on the planet are based in religion, which have the power to create community, great memories, provide a foundation of faith. And so these are, throughout all religions known to man, there are traditions that are handed down and important to follow if you're adherent to the faith, right? I was interested, though, kind of researching some of the more popular religious traditions, certainly within Christianity, which is, predominant in the United States of America, where I was focused. A lot of these traditions, religious traditions, seem rather focused on children. So centered around holidays, like the idea of the Advent calendar, decorating the tree, Valentine's Day, while
Easter eggs.
Exactly. Like, while it's
I don't think Valentine's Day is religious.
Oh, really? Oh, really, Kyle Jones?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of
like Zales trying to sell some diamonds?
Yes, but it was. It started with Saint Valentine, who's a real saint.
They were monsters.
Sounds fake to me.
They killed each other.
It was De Beers, actually, the diamond company that kind of horked in on that.
Hallmark? Wasn't Hallmark involved at all? John Hallmark.
Old John Hallmark. But anyway,
big greeting card has a stranglehold on
big greeting card.
The diamond industry.
Well, to your point, though, Jay. To your point.
Are you done? So yeah, as you look at it through the lens of children, kind of you get the sense that maybe some traditions were modified to be appealing to children. So the idea of the Easter egg kind of, starts with the idea of a new birth or a rebirth from something. Yeah. Something starting anew. It's spring. It's Easter. It's a new beginning. just as the resurrection of Christ was a new beginning.
It's in spring.
But now,
it's a bunny laying an egg. That is a miracle in and of itself, right there.
Truly. But I mean, the idea of
it's chocolate.
The idea
Darwin is very confused.
The idea of a bunny is appealing to children. The idea that everything turned to chocolate and jelly beans is appealing to children. Advent calendars frequently have like little treats in them as you open the door. There's something appealing for children. Valentine's Day is socialized throughout every elementary school in the country. And most Valentines come with a lollipop or some sort of treat. Like it's
Jay, if I can, I think what you're saying is very interesting because it's sort of the McDonald's approach. It's like get to the children, and we'll have them.
Get them while they're young.
Get the children involved, and we'll have them. Because really, when you think about traditions and kind of what you said earlier, it is a way to control people because everyone's like, you must do this. It is tradition. This is what we've always done ever since 1987 when this was invented.
Right.
It's like, no, this is tradition. It's like, and you can do it by indoctrinating the children because then it becomes tradition. I mean, if you're 5 years old and you're like, this is, man, we've always hunted the Easter eggs. Yeah. And what's really interesting is things like Christmas, Easter, not Easter, but the Easter eggs, a lot of that stuff actually came from pagan traditions.
How dare you, John Swayze?
Were real ritualistic type things to celebrate
people against
and all
goodness and normalcy.
I think
they're pagans.
I agree with all that. And just quickly, Kyle, I have to ask you, who does the better Reb Tevye, me or John Swayze?
Oh, while John's great, there's a little bit of a leak in his room, so I'm going to go with Jay.
I have leakage. That's my problem.
Wow, I won on a technicality, but I'll take that win. So I agree. I mean, get to the children. Of course, those children who are influenced by, Easter's here. That's great because it's chocolate time. Valentine's Day is here. That's great because I get attention from little Susie, who I have a crush on, and more chocolate. Those children will grow up and they'll have carried that with them and then, teach their children. So like in that sense, the tradition can be a tool of influence or a tool of recruitment, what is called a quote, transmission of faith. Like
recruitment. Boy, that sounds so vile when you're like, welcome to our religion. I'm here to recruit you.
Well, I mean, it truly is. I mean,
be my Valentine.
If you win the children over, like it's a great way. Like, no, I've never met a child that enjoys going to church. However, at Easter time and Christmas time, there's chocolate in the deal. And so the kids are like, all right, okay, I kind of dig it.
I'm in.
And if you have, if you're at a Christian church on a Sunday morning and there's like the little moment with the time for the children and all the children come gather around and the pastor goes to sit down on the top step and have a chat with the children, like frequently that will involve like passing out a little treat for the children. Yeah. Like, take a look at this Hershey's Kiss. Do you know what that means? Children, like, and so they're always trying to bribe the kids into liking the religion.
What many people don't know, has anyone ever like taken a deep dive into what's in that chocolate kiss? I mean, it's probably laced with, it's laced with religion.
Did you just say probably?
Probably.
So I definitely can relate to that because Easter was always a huge holiday in my family. And then even when I went on to my in-laws, because they have different Easter traditions. My family was very religious, and it was we definitely went to church on Easter Sunday, and it was the ceremonial and remembrance and respect of the resurrection, right? Mm-hmm. But we still had Easter eggs, right? And had Easter baskets that we would wake up to, and they're full of little treats and things. Star Wars figures. My very first Luke Skywalker was in an Easter basket, for example. But
truly,
Easter's a little weird.
He symbolizes a new beginning or a new hope, doesn't he?
A new hope, yeah. In episode
and he's
4.
missing his rabbit's foot, right hand. Oh my God, it's all making sense now. Anyway,
Easter Bunny's pretty smart.
So Easter's a strange one. My favorite part was always dyeing the eggs because it just got everyone together.
Mm-hmm.
The whole group would sit around.
And who doesn't love
fun.
the smell of vinegar?
Vinegar is fuming about the room, but different techniques, people trying different things. It's fun. I like that everyone kind of gets together and, it's hard to get people in the same room doing the same thing at the same time. But that
look
one
at
still
us.
works. Yeah, by the way. And of course, the Easter egg hunt is a fun time. Everyone likes that. My wife, she would always go to this farm out in Gonzales, Texas, where they would hide them out in this pasture.
Did she know the people that she would go to that farm? Did she know those people?
No,
or
they
she just went out to the farm
toss
and
her out the side of the car. And
I'm going to this farm I go to. They don't know it, but I go out there.
Yeah, there's little prizes in their field. Go find them.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I found these mushrooms.
Don't worry about the shotgun blast. Just keep going. Keep moving on.
That's the Easter bunnies.
So quick question
fireworks.
for you, Kyle. Quick question for you. So, and Jay for you as well. But so you've got that,
but mostly Kyle.
But mostly Kyle. You've got that tradition of the Easter egg hunt, but within that tradition of the overall tradition of the Easter egg hunt, then you've got your more localized, specific traditions of how we do it. Like in my family, we always had a gold egg and a silver egg. And if you found the gold egg, it had $10 in it. If you found the silver egg, it had 50 cents.
Yeah.
It was so imbalanced. It was just like, man, when you found the golden egg, you're like, yes. And you're like, well, there's still the silver egg. And you're like, I don't fucking care. 50 cents.
One thing
quarters.
that my in-laws had that, I've been married for these 27 years. So I've been experiencing this for quite some time. My kids have gone through it, and so I'm sure they will pass this on. But they have always had what's called prize eggs, similar to your gold and silver. But this one there's many of them. So, and it starts with the dyeing of the eggs. So you dye, we used to do just a dozen. Now it has gotten more. You take one of the little tablets that you put in with all the vinegar, and that color, we choose that kind of neon-y green one, is just for prize eggs.
Oh.
And so we would put the prize eggs all get dyed the same color, and then you write numbers on them, 1 through what have you. And so this comes into play because everyone who is invited and intends to participate within the egg hunt will need to bring a prize or 2 or 10 or whatever. So everyone brings, and you can do more than these are the prize eggs. So you don't just do the classic traditional things you would find of jelly beans and those little marshmallow wrapped in chocolate eggs. You do something more fun. You could do the big Cadbury eggs, the big ones, whole Kit Kat bars, or a bag of Kit Kat bars, Sour Patch Kids, beef jerky with the cheese, the Reese's eggs, Reese's peanut butter chocolate eggs are the best version of
What
Reese's,
kind of family did you grow up with, dude? This is weird.
Fat
shit.
We were we were huge.
We're real fat children. We just kind of rolled around the field. But we found another one.
But you take all these prizes, you set them on the table, and they're just kind of tempting everyone, right? And so everyone is involved now in the egg hunt because the prizes are better. And so you go out, and of course, one person has to be the Easter bunny and hide everything. And so that person goes out, hides. There's normal stuff too. There are chocolate eggs, and there's little plastic eggs filled with other little treats and stuff like that.
Nickels.
What you're looking for, Yeah, or the those bright green eggs with a number on them. And as you get them and you collect them, and once they're all found, the person who hid them keeps track of where they hid them. Because we've had some, a hard-boiled egg a few weeks later is not a cool thing in your yard. So,
No. Yeah, it's not good when you don't find them all. It's like, I know there's like 2 more eggs missing.
Yeah,
folks.
I can smell that we didn't.
And of course, the kids are like, how do you know? It's like, because the Easter Bunny told me. Just trust me.
So once they're all found, those numbers are the order in which you pick the things.
If you found number 1, you're going first.
Yeah, and everybody wants the number 1.
Now, could you like, and I'm number 4. Instead of picking, I'd like to take number 1. And like a white elephant
beat
gift.
The crap out of little Susie.
No, like a white elephant.
I want number
gift.
1. Move it.
I want to exchange it. I don't want to pick number 4. I want the number 1 gift.
There are a lot of deals made.
Tell me about that.
Well, if there's a rack of Kit Kats or Twix bars, and I'm before someone, and I know they want the
see
the Peeps, then we can make a deal.
Do a little swapperoo.
Yeah,
it's not like your super hot second cousin Susie, who has like number 8 and you've got number 1. And
what kind of family did you grow up with?
Like, what kind of tradition is that, Jay?
I was asking
in the
Kyle.
Hickman household.
He's like, there's deal making, and I'm like, what kind of deal making? Now I'm curious. Like maybe Susie comes up to you with her number 8 egg, and you've got the number 1, and she's like, if you'll give me that number 1 egg, I can teach you how to bop your baloney. Like.
I'll teach you how to French kiss.
Oh,
Daddy says I'm the best.
I don't know
and just
why they
one
call
more
it
thing,
hamburger helper.
I'm going to throw one more thing out on Easter just before we move on.
Move on? What's that?
I'm sorry. We don't have that. I know. The Wizard of Oz. So you guys remember that's when you watched it growing up?
Every Easter?
Yeah.
What?
That was the only time it was on TV for years.
Keep talking.
I don't know about that. Really?
Starting at
starting at 7 o'clock on ABC.
It was
Wizard of Oz.
It was before there was a whole channel dedicated to A Christmas Story for a month. You had channels. NBC got it from CBS in 1964, and they are the ones who started playing it every year on Easter.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And why?
It was just.
Why was that thematically
they made
appropriate?
A tradition. They were creating a tradition, using another tradition and tying in. It's called borrowed interest.
So they were trying to create something, a false market. Like, we're going to make this a thing where Easter is going to be associated with a wizard and a tornado.
Yeah, right. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, I can see why they thought that. I mean, those people in California are pretty smart.
And the best part of this for me is my wife. She grew up with a black and white TV.
That is hilarious.
So the big moment, big dramatic, whoa, we're in Oz and everything turns to color. She had no idea until like college.
And we'll be right back.
Our sponsor this week is Trinicom Communications. When it comes to your business, you're the expert, and you need to stay focused on the things that you do best, and that's, well, running your business. And to do that, communication is key. You don't need network hiccups and access issues slowing you down. You need a data partner who gets you on track and keeps you on track. For 30 years, Trinicom's VoIP and data solutions have provided a full breadth of business communication essentials. Start with reliability and flexibility with Trinicom's cloud-based voice services. Eliminate the pitfalls of maintaining your own telephone system with Trinicom's hosted PBX. Enjoy the stability of business internet connectivity with Trinicom's state-of-the-art fiber internet access. Also, you can work with confidence, knowing you are backed by the security of the Trinicom cloud and server co-location.
featuring multiple power backup systems, redundant cooling, and multiple Tier 1 bandwidth providers. And since Trinicom owns its own data center and telecom switch, they can provide service and solutions directly and quickly. On top of that, Trinicom's fully managed IT support staff is there to quickly tackle anything that may come your way. In fact, Trinicom can even design your website. So keep your business churning and your success growing. Let Trinicom handle the rest. To learn more, visit Trinicom.com. That's TRINICOM.com.
And now more bottom of the barrel.
So anyway, as we get back to our buckets of tradition, there are social traditions, with an example of the handshake being a traditional greeting or a traditional gesture to, quote, seal a deal. There are those that kind of, hold us together in some way. Of course, then you've got national, cultural, patriotic traditions. Which of course
Pledge
extends
of Allegiance in school.
Yeah.
Singing the national anthem before
national
a ball
anthems, public holidays, a national dish or national cuisine. And this, of course, extends to statewide or community-wide traditions. Obviously, we're very proud in our state of Texas. We have traditions that are very Texan and are alien to, other states in the union.
New Year's tamales.
See?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do you do for New Year's? You also do a New Year's Day.
Cabbage. Maybe,
Cabbage,
maybe
black
it's Christmas tamales.
Black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas. But that's
cabbage.
not just Texas, is it? That's universal, I thought.
I don't know about that. It's definitely Southern. It may have extended.
Right.
It may have extended north by now, but yeah, that was always
I think
I
it's
knew of
north.
that
It's
because-
Yankee beans.
right. I always knew of it because of my Texas relatives introduced me to black-eyed peas. Obviously, on New Year's too, shooting your 6-gun in the air, is a big deal. When the ball drops, that's important.
Blowing crap up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Gotta blow crap up.
And I know, like in the Hispanic culture, like everything is fireworks. Like, let's launch fireworks at Christmas Eve. Let's launch
Asian
fireworks at Asia. Yeah, I mean, it's just okay if you say so. That's what it. I mean, that kind of goes back to blowing
I'm all
stuff
for
up.
it, man. I love 4th of July and New Year's.
I just like setting
shit.
fires. I just like let's watch something burn.
Those are good. Those are good traditions. But I think certainly, it's important because our nation or our community or our state and the bond we have together with that is stronger if we have pride in it. And so these things are established to, engender pride.
Mm-hmm. Gender pride. What is that?
Engender. It's a word that means to create.
I thought you were saying gender pride. I was you can take pride in gender, but
Did you promise not to go there, John Swayze?
You did. John, when you were in high school, did you have English class and did you have
you get
vocab
beat up a
tests?
Let me tell you what the inside of a locker looks like. They're more spacious than you think.
Jockstrap on your face.
Every time we had a vocab test, I was stuffed in my locker, so I never got to take one.
Man,
and that's why I've never heard of the word engender.
It's hard to give an answer when your head is swirling around in a toilet. Just,
Then
He's got a leak in his room,
I know.
But
it's hard.
real quick, Jay, just to before we jump off of the patriotic stuff, and I think it's very interesting that we have these things like singing the national anthem before a ball game or before a special event, or let's do the Pledge of Allegiance, and even that's changed some of the wording, like. We don't say, some places we don't say under God because, whatever. And that's all fine and good. But what I'm saying is that it's interesting to me that we've got these things in the Pledge of Allegiance isn't even that old. I mean, people kind of treat it like Thomas Jefferson created this. And it's like, no.
When did that come about?
Like the 1900s or something, like the 1940s or something.
I will look this up.
No, don't look it up. I've got you covered. I've got you covered, good buddy. I just wanted to hear what John found interesting about it all.
Well, it's because so many people like latch on to these things, like this is gospel. This is so, if you don't stand for the national anthem, you can go straight to hell, mister. You can burn with the devil.
Yeah.
If you don't, you know what I mean? It's like, we place so much emphasis and so much weight and just, it's like, dude, this was just made up like 20 years ago.
Yeah, to your earlier point, John, it's like this is a form of control. Like it's a tool of control. That, these things must be done. Like, not only is it something that's nice to do because we have this kinship together, but, oh, you better do it or else, Sonny Jim. Like there is some of that aspect, not all traditions, of course, but some of them are like now so ingrained. It's like,
I mean, like even singing the national anthem, which is great. I love singing the national anthem, but it's like, people will do things like, oh my gosh, you didn't take off your hat. You didn't put your hand over your heart. You're talking, for crying out loud. Our forefathers would be rolling over in their grave. Like, well, no, they wouldn't. They didn't even know this song. They didn't even know it existed. They don't have anything to do with it. It's like, our forefathers, by golly, they just like, no. They did. Somebody made this up, and then somebody went, hey, why don't we call that the national anthem? We got nothing else,
You know that song I never heard of? You
down by the riverside ain't cutting it anymore, It's like, let's just do this one. It's like, okay. And it's it is that interesting to me, this the weight that it then suddenly takes on the
I stand for Weird Al.
Gravitas,
so I'm ready for all songs.
Yeah, but I hearken back to the day when Down by the Riverside was our national anthem. It's a good song.
I wish.
It's a good tune.
I'm going to lay down my sword and seal down by the riverside.
I didn't even say it right.
Oh, my God.
Sword and shield. I can't even sing it right.
You're doing great. Well, there's a leak in your room. You can be excused. You can be excused this time.
Thank you.
It's probably some sort of gas that you shouldn't be breathing. You'll be fine.
Speaking of leaks, which are normally caught by buckets, I've got another bucket, which is family traditions, which are important. They connect the generations. They allow us to hold on to a previous time. And,
Josephus sang about him.
I believe it. Like a great example is maybe grandma's special recipe that's brought to every Thanksgiving dinner or the family reunion, etc. And at some point, for reasons that people get old, maybe Aunt Debbie takes up the mantle of doing why it's just not Christmas without grandma's bread pudding. So Aunt Debbie's going to make it this year so we can keep the tradition going because it's so important to everybody. Mm-hmm. And so, that's obviously a big deal within families.
But
they pass down.
What? I have learned over time that some of those can be kind of usurped.
Keep talking.
Like my grandmother, my granny, my father's mother, she traditionally on Thanksgiving made her stuffing and it had oysters in it. And this rubbed there were a bunch of kids, and so 1 million grandkids, and a lot of people didn't like the oysters.
Yeah.
Well, that's mainly because they didn't take them out of the shells, Kyle. I think they were like, you're like, ow! I cut the
some
roof
of
my
us
mouth.
Loved that.
Yeah, back in the day, Granny didn't know you're supposed to shuck the.
Well, that's how you kept your teeth clean and white. But don't shuck the oysters. Leave the
extra calcium in there. I'm sure.
Yeah, you need that abrasive quality of the shell bits.
But now, and this is, I've got the third generation past that below me. I'm starting to hear things from my generation telling them that, oh, well, traditionally, we don't add the oysters that Granny did to the turkey stuffing.
Nice. That's a way around. That's
so
called
it's still
your
a tradition
right there.
Right.
It's just,
but traditionally we don't do it.
Tradition.
Well,
it's so subversive to say traditionally we don't follow the tradition. But I mean, I get the idea of rejecting tradition as long as you're ready to replace it with another tradition. Like the idea of tradition is important.
Is not doing that tradition.
Yeah. But I mean,
but that's a good point because, and this goes back, Jay, so this kind of ties in the family thing, but it also goes back to that's the way we've always done it. But when you, and getting back to, I love that sound, Kyle. When you talk about religion,
I'm a Foley artist,
especially, in the Christian faith, a man and a woman, and I'm using the Christian faith. I'm not trying to give some speech about who should be married.
You've lost a third of our listener.
Well, I'm sorry. Let me bring them back. But in the Christian faith, a man and a woman shall join together and shed off the bonds of their families, and they shall become one. So whether it's a man and a man, or a man and a woman, or a donkey and a goat, I don't care. The point is that they are supposed to become one and become their own family unit. So that's one of the tricky things, as we're all married, we all know at Christmas or at Easter or any of the big celebrations, when you go, well, when I was growing up in my family, we always opened up one gift on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we never did that. No, we don't know. And we never got out of our pajamas when Christmas Day.
We get pajamas. That's our Christmas Eve gift.
That was Christmas Eve gift, right? So it's that's always been kind of a point of contention in a marriage, I think, when you're like joining two traditions. Instead of like forming your own tradition, do you acquiesce and do you go, well,
it's all
fine,
of it.
We'll do your tradition for this, but by God, when Easter comes around, we're having lobster.
That's
what my family did.
This is the essence of marriage, which is compromise, right? So like we're creating a new union. From these
marriage counseling from Bottom of the Barrel.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. But yeah, like of course,
no one's listening to this with their
spouse. Not anymore. They're not. Not anymore. They're not.
But yeah, like just to your point, John. Like we'll do your thing, the thing that you brought from your family for Christmas. If we'll do my thing for Easter or Thanksgiving or St. Valentine's Day or whatever.
Don't bring the saints into this, Jay. I see what you're doing.
Dude, how strong a marriage would it be? How strong a marriage is it? How strong a marriage is like, okay, I'll give you Christmas and I'll give you Easter, but by God, I want St. Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and St. Patrick's Day.
And St. Patrick. For you. Actually, that's one I would take. You can have it all. I just want what we did on St. Patrick's Day, which is to get blind drunk. All day long.
The Swayze
family to play the bagpipes.
The Swayze family tradition for St. Patrick's Day is my favorite religious tradition that ever there was.
Indeed.
Yeah, we're not even married, and I brought that tradition into my family. Like, we're doing what the Swayzes do on St. Patrick's Day. Otherwise, this ain't happening. Forget it.
I agree.
But with family traditions, like it's funny because the term is also sometimes used wryly by younger generations to explain away bad behavior, like which is, no fault of theirs, but simply imprinted upon them because it was all they knew growing up. And there's a particularly poignant example of this from the artist Henry Williams, who wrote, over and over, everybody made my prediction. So if I get stoned, I'm just carrying on an old family tradition. From the artist Henry Williams.
I thought that was Hank Williams Jr.
Oh, he goes by Hank. Yeah.
Have you ever heard, people call Henry's Hanks?
Bocephus. I think I said that earlier, just so we know.
But this was Hank Williams Jr.
Yes.
Who was born Henry Williams Jr.
And
there's going to be a fight,
persona non grata with Monday Night Football. I just want you to know that is a tradition that is no more. So, what would stop a tradition? Speaking of which, a little side note here. What?
Yeah, Kyle's family. Kyle's granny would stop.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Traditionally, make a new tradition.
Bad recipes would do the trick, I think.
Yeah, just change it.
And, I can tell you that's why the oyster population exploded, because you quit putting it in your stuffing. And now we've got an oyster problem.
We do have a real oyster problem. So our final bucket, and there may be more than this, but these are the big ones. I wanted to introduce the idea of fake traditions. And we've touched upon this a little bit.
Yeah, we have.
I love it. Take it easy.
Saint De Beers.
I love the idea of the invented traditions from the brands. So many of our, quote, cherished traditions and beliefs are actually based, at least in part, on just good old fashioned marketing and advertising.
Yeah.
So the tradition of like green bean casserole at Thanksgiving. Like everyone has had green bean casserole at least some Thanksgiving dinner, to the point that you would think it's everywhere. So you'd think like this was certainly served at Thanksgiving in 1621, with the Pilgrims and the Indians, and each one thereafter.
They had canned food back then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but and that little can of crunchy onions.
Indeed, green bean casserole was invented in 1955 by a lady named
Betty
Dorcas
Crocker.
Riley.
Dorcas Riley.
Her name was Dorcas Riley. She was an employee of the Campbell Soup Company.
Gentlemen, next on the main stage, Dorcas Riley.
She was tasked with creating a dish that used cream of mushroom soup and frozen beans. She came up with this, and by God, she hit the lottery.
She came up. Hey, we need you to come up with a dish, Dorcas. Let's just spitball this a little bit. We need a dish that incorporates canned mushroom soup, cream of mushroom soup, and green beans. Dorcas, what do you have for us today? Well, gentlemen, it was tough because in a man's world, in the soup world, dominated by the male patriarch.
Yeah, big green bean.
Big green bean and big soup. Let me tell you what I've come up with. I call it the green bean casserole. Ooh, we're intrigued, Dorcas. What is it? It's green beans and canned cream mushroom soup. The very two items you asked me to combine. What could I do with it? Well, I'll tell you what I did with it. I put them in the same bowl. I put it in the oven, bitches. I put it in that oven. I turned it to 350 for 45 minutes. And this is what came out. So you can suck on it. This is called green bean casserole. It's the most incredible invention in the world. And I prophesy this will be on everybody's Thanksgiving table across the land from here on out.
Yeah, that's the kind of confidence.
I eat the shit out of that,
confidence you have when you're named Dorcas.
You learned that early.
Yeah,
you gotta own that shit, man.
You gotta grow a backbone fast.
You gotta
if you're named Dorcas. But yeah, the only trick was like Dorcas was like, here's the thing though, fellas. I used French's fried onions on top. Like, do you guys know the guys at French's? Can we work a deal? Because
could we buy them? Could we just buy that company and then it's all ours?
Can we just buy them? We're Campbell's, for God's sakes. Anyway, yes.
But
Dorcas,
you think after that it was like, okay, Dorcas, fine, good job, great job. Now back your little butt in here. We got another project for you.
No.
What can you do with tomato soup and oyster crackers? I'm just going to leave it at that. You tell me what you can come up with.
Dorcas, you're the best.
I'll tell you what I can do.
Dorcas, you're the best R&D person we've ever had.
We've got these 50,000 cans of soup. Give us the best combos.
Yeah, we've got French onion soup. Like, give us something. Anyway, yeah, Dorcas struck pay dirt and was given a, wait for it, $50 bonus.
Oh, damn.
What is that in today's
Dorcas
dollars,
buying
Jay?
dinner tonight.
What is that in today's dollars? $50
I think it might be
1950 something?
An $80 bonus.
Wow.
I'm not an economist. I don't know for sure.
Wow.
But I think it's maybe $80 or $90.
I bet you Dorcas is probably also the one that said, guys, I got something I want to show you. I commissioned an artist.
Every Dorcas says
about
this.
Our soup cans.
Hey, was the guy in the men's restroom named Dorcas by any chance? Because he also has something to show you.
Yeah. He does. No, I think she commissioned Andy Warhol to make some paintings with soup cans.
I hope she got a nickel out of that one.
God.
Dorcas, you're the best R&D person we have. We've got 10,000 labels left over, and this artist who's the vice president's son. We got to do something with him. Can you please, Dorcas, something?
He
please?
fancies himself clever. He's got white hair, and he hangs around with a lot of hippies in New York City. What can you do? Can you do
please,
anything?
like he's going nowhere. We need the vice president needs you to find a future for his son. Dorcas, please, something?
Anything? Anything. So, well, let me ask you this. Now, I think when it comes to green bean casserole, I think you are like, there are people that are on the fence. I think you're in either camp. You either love green bean casserole or you despise green bean casserole.
All in on green bean casserole in all its forms. I don't care if it's canned or fresh. The crunchy onions make the difference.
What about French cut versus traditional cut? Do you have a preference on that? Because
traditional.
I prefer the French
given
cut.
this podcast, traditional.
Oh,
yeah, I like full green beans.
Look who did their homework, Kyle Jones.
I like the French cut. I'm sorry.
But I dump a lot of salt and pepper on it and go to town.
And Tabasco.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I had green bean casserole, everything was from the can. The soup is from a can. The green beans from a can. The French's fried onions were from a can. And we liked it.
It goes into a can on the stove, actually, into a giant can.
You bet it does.
Yeah.
And then it's served up in the empty cans that were used to make it.
I'm really surprised that they didn't come up with a giant can that had like green beans on the top and soup on the bottom.
You make a dump it all in green bean casserole.
Yeah. Why don't you just do that?
Can of green bean
Why don't you just do that, guys? Come on.
Imagine like a sardine can.
Campbell's.
Think of your sardine can, but a giant version. You just peel the top off, and it's green bean casserole.
I mean, how hard would it be to just go, hey, man, just dump into a pot and add your French fried onions?
Whoa, we're not, you're back to your bathroom stories.
Not everyone knows this, of course, but the VP of R&D for Campbell's Soup listens to this podcast. So, John, spare no detail. Tell them exactly what to do.
I'm thinking you got a 3-tiered can. You got
ascending colon, transverse colon, and we know.
Yeah,
we know.
And then the anus, and you just dump it all right in. Just from the bottom, it just opens. It goes.
Wow, what
right
a pitch.
into the can.
What a sales pitch.
Yeah, and turn it on, and there it is.
You must have been in advertising. Which reminds me. So on the topic of these quote traditions actually just being marketing, the next example, and we touched on this earlier, was one of our most revered patriotic traditions. The Pledge of Allegiance was actually created to sell flags.
Written, bring it. What you mean there, homie fresh?
The pledge was written in the late 1800s by Francis Bellamy, an assistant editor at Youth's Companion magazine.
No relation to Francis Scott Key.
Correct. I mean, maybe named for him, but last name Bellamy. He was an editor
at
a youth magazine.
Bill?
This is not important right
brothers?
Now.
Okay.
The pledge that he wrote, Francis Bellamy, was part of a larger program of patriotic demonstrations for kids to perform in schools on the 500th anniversary of Columbus reaching America.
Whoa,
so
that's messed up.
That's not even America.
That's so wrong. There's a lot of wrong. Okay, please continue.
Okay, and it was that part of the purpose was to increase flag purchases aimed at Youth Companion's subscribers. So this was a youth magazine in the late 1800s. And the display was popular. The pledge caught on, and tons of flags were sold.
Wow.
God bless America.
Wait.
Oh, so the Pledge of Allegiance was in the 1800s.
It was written in the late 1800s.
Late 1800s.
By an editor at a youth magazine.
Bill Bellamy's great.
You know what, though? Do you have a copy of the original Pledge of Allegiance? Because I think it was not until like the 40s or 50s that One Nation Under God was added.
Have you not seen my lower back tattoo? Like it's it's on there.
Tramp stamp?
Yeah.
No, I think that part was added later. I think
It's
that part
right
was
below
added
the
later.
Calvin pissing.
Speaking of pissing,
Yeah.
See what I did there?
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Speaking of pissing, did I tell you I was in the Chicago airport the other day?
Oh man.
I'm not going to go back there. I'm never going back to that bathroom.
Jay, this is your show. Please continue. What's next?
All right. So the next example of a fake tradition is maybe one of my favorites. It's one that the brands tried to get going and could not make fetch happen. Makes me so happy.
You said fetch. You made fetch a thing.
Thank
fetch.
you. I'm gonna bring it back. So as we have discussed previously on the cast, each of us have some.
Is that a
history.
hip way to say the podcast? Did you just try to sound hip?
Oh
What'd
my
you
God,
say?
Dave, will you please edit
Last
all of
week
this out?
on the cast.
I'm sorry I
Yeah.
wasn't listening.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to keep up here. I'm not as cool and hip.
Woo! We have referenced previously that each of us have some history with the advertising industry, and
That's true.
One of the agencies I worked at, one of the founders was an old ad guy, and he was, he gives a speech to like all of the different departments of the agency, like maybe once every couple of years to catch the new people.
Yeah.
And so he was telling some story about how in his, heyday as a, 30 or 40-year-old, he was a creative director and one of his clients was Quaker Oats and they were having trouble with sales. And they were like, what can we do to kind of, goose sales? And he was like, I've got it. What we're going to do is establish that when it gets cool out, when the temperature reaches 50 degrees, it's time for Quaker Oats.
Oh. So they tried to attach to a temperature.
Yeah, exactly. Like they wanted to make a tradition, like when, depending on the part of the country, when fall comes, winter comes, it's time to go stock up on Quaker Oats. Okay. And he was like, they loved it. But
it sounds sound.
It sounds good, right?
Can I say that? Can I say sound?
You did. You just did it. But as you and me and John all know, here in the year of our Lord, have you heard about Quaker Oats under 50 degrees? Like, is that a thing you think about every December? Like, our first 50-degree night is coming. Better go by. Like that.
If they did that, it did not stick.
Yeah. And so I am so honored to have been, party to that story of an attempt to create a fake tradition that did not work. Like, I'm so glad because obviously green bean casserole worked a treat, but Quaker Oats.
Everybody wants their own green bean casserole.
Exactly. Like Quaker Oats is like, what can we do? Tell us.
How did you pull this off?
Danny Dupree, you're the best
to eat.
Yeah, you're the best ad guy we've ever had.
Of garbage every year.
Yeah. How can we do that for Quaker Oats? And my guy was like, "Oh, I've got you. I got you covered. We'll associate it with cooler weather,
50 degrees."
And they tried it so hard, and it did not work.
The idea is not wrong, right? I mean, when you want oatmeal, it seems better.
You don't want it in summertime
when you're kind of cool and cold, and it's a warming thing. So I get it, but yeah, it doesn't really work.
When
you
it's
don't
50
math
degrees, when it's 50 degrees, what you want is a piping hot bowl of green bean casserole.
Probably what they told them,
bubbling.
So anyway, the idea of made up traditions are fun. And it kind of,
know what they should have done? Put little crunchy onions on top.
Oh,
wow.
Man. Where was Quaker Oats? They missed the boat. They missed the boat.
I happen to know that the VP of marketing for Quaker Oats listens to the cast. Kyle, go ahead.
Put crunchy onions on the top of your 50-degree mush.
There you go, guys. The best copywriter in the business, Kyle Jones, has given you the idea to bring you out of the toilet.
Just do it.
So So that is the I love that idea of the made up traditions. And I wanted to, again, we're here to talk about strange traditions, but I did want to talk about briefly the history, like how it all started. And I know, John, you have some insight into the
Well,
oldest
I
tradition.
do. I thank you for that handoff, Jay. That's just a regular a baton pass on, just like in the Olympics. That was nicely done. Traditions. So, Jay, to your point earlier, traditions have been a way to, or can be a way to control, to
influence.
I think influence, a great word, influence.
Yeah.
John brought up control. I was
but
here.
you have to wonder though, like what's the point? I mean, like, I want everyone to enjoy green bean casserole. So you're going to or I want everyone to enjoy oyster stuffing, whatever it might be. But according to my research, the oldest continuous cultural practice or tradition, if you will, in the world is about 12,000 years old. Oh. It was a 12,000-year-old fire ritual found in Clogg's Cave. That's with 2 G's, by the way. Clogg's Cave in Australia.
Was this like a fucking caveman?
Well, I would say Clog. I am Clog. And I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if that's the guy that owned the cave or not. I'm Clog. This is my cave.
Me Clog.
Yeah. But it was passed down through hundreds and hundreds of generations of indigenous Australians. But what happened is,
I apologize to all the Clog family members in Australia
that still live in caves. Oh God, they've got to be embarrassed. They're like, oh, we thought we shook this.
I'm embarrassed. It's me. I'm embarrassed.
You may not know this, but no members of the Clog family listen to the cast. So, John, go ahead.
You bet. Except Bob Clog, who's actually head of R&D
one of our
Campbell
sponsors.
Soup. But anyway, so the Clog Cave,
the Clog family is a sponsor. Let's edit that out.
Clogg's Cave is near Buchan, Australia, wherever the hell that is. But some explorers, researchers, whatever you want to call them, unearthed 2 wooden sticks. Now, this is what gets me. They found 2 wooden sticks in a cave. Now, I don't know why you find 2 wooden sticks and go, everyone gather round, I found a stick. What could this mean? Well, as it turns out, one of the sticks was about 12,000 years old. The other stick was about 11,000 years old. Oh. And they were both smeared with some sort of animal fat, which would be used, could be used for burning.
A lube?
Lighting a torch.
In Kyle's instance, yes, a lube.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But in I think in their thing, it was for burning. Like it was like an oil.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, in Kyle's mind, everything is lube.
Burning.
Yeah,
a different type of burning.
Kyle heard the green bean casserole recipe, and he's like, "What could I use that cream of onion soup for?" Oh, I know.
What
lube?
That's why I needed the crispy stuff.
Baby, you ready to have fun tonight? I've got the soup.
I've got cream of mushroom
soup. Anyway, so this was performed by a medicine woman, which was referred to as a mala malung, sort of magic or healing thing. But what I don't understand is they discovered these 2 sticks apparently 1,000 years apart from each other. Now, I don't know where the 2 sticks were. Were they right next to each other and one happened to be 1,000 years older than the other?
But they're in the same cave.
Well, Clogg's Cave. Yes. This is where everything happened. Back in the day, 12,000 years ago, Clogg's Cave was the center of all activity.
That's where everybody went. You're not nobody unless you go to Clogg's Cave.
That's right.
This makes sense to me, John. Like the idea, if the idea of a tradition, like the 12,000-year-old stick smeared with animal fat to light as a torch, festival of fire, like they would keep that around to be like all the future generations, like, look at this stick from great grandpa Clog. Like that's how he started the fire deal.
Right. Yeah.
And like,
this was
And this is our standard. Like, we mount that on the wall so everyone knows how to smear animal fat on a stick and light a torch. And so at some point 1,000 years later, they were still following Great Grandpa Clog's recipe for animal fat torches.
And really in my research, that's about all there is. There's not a whole lot of information. They couldn't go, well, yes. And then they took those sticks, and once they started the fire, then they would create a green bean casserole with it, and they heated it up, and they would then lube it, and they'd ram it into the butthole of a dinosaur, and it lighted them on fire, and then they would smoke it from the inside out, and that's how they feasted and ate. There's nothing like that. It's like,
maybe we're lucky. Maybe we're lucky. There's not a lot of information. Yeah,
we found 2 sticks. And that seems to be the oldest tradition. I don't, it's kind of I think that's probably why traditions got so much more elaborate, because they were like, guys, we got to do better than this. Our tradition is smearing 2 sticks in animal fat. I don't know.
Yeah. So I think all of the, the oldest traditions, the history of traditions is based in something that's cultural, like Clog's family and the community that surrounded Clog's Cave, and religion. Like John alluded to this earlier, one of the second oldest traditions is the Greek Olympics. It was first held in 776 BC. It was meant to honor athletic excellence, but also dedicated to the gods.
That's before Krog.
Clog.
It was
Clog.
not before Clog.
Oh.
It was in 776 BC, which is, let me do my math. That's 2025 plus 776. That's about 2,800 years ago. But Clog was 12,000 years ago. You want to write this down, Kyle? You want to get a pen and paper?
No, I don't.
The difference between 12,000 and 2,000?
This is actually where the term clog came from. You're a clog.
Clogging up the discourse. So this was, something that was rooted in religion. It was the Olympics were held at the base of Mount Olympus, where the gods were, to honor the gods by being the best shot putters and wrestlers we could cloggers. Be. Some other sort of ancient ones, the Japanese tea ceremony dates back to the 8th century as a means to embrace serenity and respect. So a huge cultural tradition. The Chinese.
What did they do in the big tea ceremony? They just get together and everyone tea.
It's a little more involved than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess.
Is it?
It is, but unfortunately, we don't have time to dwell on it right now.
Yeah, there are videos.
There's some other ones like Celtic Samhain, pronounced Samhain by some Americans. Is the ancestral Halloween. We don't even know how old this is, but in the 9th century, Samhain transformed into Halloween when the Catholic Church established All Hallows Day. It was around the same time, so it became Halloween.
And the costumes are,
the costume came from Celtic tradition. And Indian Diwali is super old. The Mayan calendar, as you can imagine, is super old.
Yeah.
And so, while most of our traditions are viewed as being rooted in deep history, some were invented quite recently, but implied to be older. In some cases, this is called invention of tradition. It's a new practice or object introduced in a manner that implies a connection with the past that is not necessarily present. So one example is also the white wedding dress. The idea that the bride must wear white.
Billy Idol is the best.
It dates back to 1982 with Billy Idol, white wedding. We all presume it was hundreds of years old, but actually, it only became popular after Queen Victoria wore a white gown at her wedding to Albert in 1840.
Because
it's not as old as you presume.
Yeah, and the majority of weddings are traditionally red dresses. In like China, India, some
Very
of the
colorful
largest
stuff.
populations. Yeah, it's a red dress.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And white,
Well,
came from Victoria.
One of the strangest traditions, and I'm jumping a little around here, but when you talk about like bizarre traditions, like you think, okay, well, why would they do the white wedding dress? One of the most
Jay is making a sign with his hand.
No. I want to
there,
hear about the white wedding dress from John.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No. Well, this is actually dates back to 1620, which is fairly old. I mean, it's a little older than Queen Victoria.
Yeah, I'll say.
This was in Spain. It was the baby jumping festival, and
jumping.
Men would jump over babies laid out on a blanket, in order to and symbolize the devil, and they would jump over and
wait, who's the devil?
The men jumping over the babies.
The men or the devil? Okay.
The men are the devil, which you ask any one of our wives and they probably would agree. But they jump over the babies
for yourself.
in order to grab the sin or take the sin off of the babies, absorb the sin, if you will.
Yeah.
And they would do this in order to make sure that the baby had a good these are Catholics in Spain in the 1600s, but the Pope Pope Benedict the XV1 would XVI, excuse me.
Brother.
I know, right? I don't know my Latin, but anyway, he said, "Hey, dude, stop that," because
Roman
jumping over Greek, whatever. I don't know. It's all foreign to me.
You don't, do you?
It's all French
Greek
to me. It's all French to me.
Guys, John has a leak in his room. Give him a break, okay?
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. The Pope, though, did say, hey, maybe we don't do this because really in our faith, Jesus took all the sin. You don't need to jump over the baby to soak up the sin. But it was a big thing for a long, long time.
So keeping with our bucket theme, there are two buckets of strange traditions. There are those classic American traditions that all of us know and embrace that are strange to foreigners. And then there are traditions that are kind of regional here in the US of A that are strange to us. Just average fellows that live in Texas, America. So in terms of classic American stuff that outsiders view as like, why in the world would they do that?
What are they doing?
You can probably guess some of these, but like Super Bowl is a big one. Super Bowl Sunday.
But it's not that strange because I saw that one a lot in the list. But most countries have a sport that they go bananas.
Oh, the World Cup, I mean, is huge, not just in our
absolutely for sure. I think what gets Super Bowl on the list is kind of all the commercialism that's thrown in, like the fact that we enjoy this big sporting event, major sporting event, as other countries enjoy major sporting events. But for us, it must be accompanied by nachos and guacamole. It must be accompanied by $1 million commercials.
And a little domestic abuse. It is the number one day of domestic abuse.
Is it really?
America. Yeah.
Is it really?
Sad.
That's a good American tradition.
Depends on who wins.
Is that right?
Yeah. Is it a good thing Philadelphia won?
If Philadelphia wins or loses,
it's a good
it doesn't
thing
matter.
they won. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Let's just say that. Philadelphia, you got lucky.
Is that trend because perhaps
it's tradition, Jay? It's tradition.
Sure, okay. Is that tradition
you
because
beat your family if your team loses?
Oh,
in the case of Philadelphia, you beat them with joy if they win.
Oh yeah, either way, yeah, and you have to trash your town if you win.
So hang on. So it's not because different members of the family are rooting for different teams. It's because if your team loses, everyone in the family is upset, but particularly the strongest, most testosterone member of the family.
Drunkest. I think it's the drunkest
person beats the other people who don't care that you lost.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you beat them senseless.
In
you
most
spend the night in jail.
In most towns, we just go, well, that sucked. Too bad. Oh, well, they blew it.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, it's like, just you flip out and you lose it. It's the city of brotherly love.
That's true.
Brotherly love does not go well.
It doesn't say spousal love or offspring love.
Obviously.
No.
Like no brothers get beaten.
No. Brothers traditionally hate each other anyway. So
Another one such as this is Black Friday.
Yes.
Which is unique to the U.S. of A. And it harkens back to what we talked about previously of, kind of made up corporate holidays or traditions.
Yeah, and that I saw this one a lot when I was looking around at just kind of this angle of what do other countries think is crazy in America. And yeah. Black Friday is bonkers. And to me personally, I'm not going to go anywhere near a Target on Black
Friday? It's
Yeah.
very racist.
Wait,
I'm
what?
not going anywhere near a retail.
It has nothing to do with race,
establishment.
though. You do know that. It's just, you know what Black Friday stands for? It's when the company allegedly makes it into the black financially. By that time of year.
I'll
November.
be there next year.
That's
but
why
I
our
don't-
country's in a shitstorm, because we're not making a profit until 11 months into the year. That's a problem.
No, I'm not going to be a part of the shopping mall.
No, I wouldn't either.
extravaganza.
That's stupid.
Nah,
Well, but I'm sure
run
you
away.
guys ran into this. I mean, things like not taking your shoes off when you walk in the house is like, why do they do that there? They've been walking around the city with all kinds of filth and everything, and they just walk right into their own home. Or the 40-hour work week. We work harder than everyone else. Is like, hey, why don't we all take 2 months of vacation? And America's like, well, that's just tomfoolery. That's stupid talk.
Lazy.
How are we gonna? You think Dorcas took 2 months off? I don't think so.
You think Clog took 2 months off?
You think Clog shut the cave down for 2 months? I don't think so. No way.
He's American.
He is as American as Australian can be.
He was the most American Australian that ever there was.
Ever.
We salute you, Clog. We toast you.
Mm-hmm.
So Black Friday is a huge one. Very American. People in other countries look at news footage of Black Friday wrestling matches over flat screen TV, and they just shake their heads like they don't get it. Another one is the annual, also related to Thanksgiving, the annual presidential turkey pardon.
Yeah,
very American.
Thanksgiving.
Now, of course, there would not be that.
is
Why would that
American.
be any? Yeah, that would not be anywhere else.
Thanksgiving in general.
But yes, pardoning some animal that's normally served up for a holiday in any country, I don't think that happens anywhere else.
No.
I think at the Jones household, they have the oyster pardoning.
Oh, they do. Thanks, Granny.
We just let it live on the driveway.
Here, let me open you up and be exposed to the glorious sunlight. There you are. Enjoy. Live free, Mr. Oyster.
Well, we're sinking fast, but we have not yet hit bottom. We'll get there, though. I'm sure of it. Join us next week for part 2. If you'd like to learn more about this finely distilled product, visit bottomofthebarrelpodcast.com, where you can find our previous episodes, merch, and even some Patreon options. If you want to tell us how smart we are, or how stupid we are, or if you have a topic you want us to dive into, hit us up on our socials. Bottom of the Barrel Podcast is on Instagram, X, and YouTube. Research, writing, and hosting duties for Bottom of the Barrel are taken up by John Swayze, Kyle Jones, and Jay Hickman. Our producer and sound engineer is Dave Lasco. Our business and digital manager is Olivia Swayze. And our composer-arranger is Jonathan Benjamin. We also offer our sincere appreciation to our collaborators, without whom we'd merely be floating somewhere around the middle of the barrel. Big thanks to Afshar Karat, Keegan Dalio, and Patrick Marrero. Finally, we'd once again like to thank our sponsor, Trinicom, which you can find at trinicom.com. That's TRINICOM.com. We'll see you next time at the bottom of the barrel.